Brett, thanks for being with us. What do you make of Mark Miller taking what many would characterize as a lateral move?
Well, personally, I'm not surprised. You have to remember that Mark Miller served initially as the parliamentary secretary under Carolyn Bennett, so he's familiar with the department, he's familiar with the issues. However, it is just a different file. The Indigenous Services Minister is technically, according to the law, the top Indian agent in the country, and that's not really an easy position for anybody to be in. So now that he's in Crown Indigenous Relations, he's in a smaller department with a new mandate, and it's mainly a negotiating mandate.
What will be his first order of business as Crown Indigenous Relations Minister?
Well, I asked him that at today's news conference shortly after he was sworn in, and he didn't give a clear answer about what exactly his top priority will be, but he did say that it is time to get land back, or give land back, pardon me. He said the relationship with First Nations has been broken long before Canada has even been a country, and it's time to renew some of that relationship. Now, how he proposes to give land back remains to be seen, but it's an interesting comment to hear from the new Crown Indigenous Relations Minister.
Now, how surprised were you that former Health Minister Patty Hajdu will be taking on a big file, that of Indigenous Services?
I'm actually not too surprised. Some may see it as a demotion. However, Patty Hajdu was the health minister during the COVID-19 pandemic, and there are a lot of health-related issues that are going to be at the forefront for Indigenous services. The department previously promised to table Indigenous health legislation, and they're in the midst of the reform of the Jordan's Principle program. Similarly, the First Nations Inuit Health Branch was migrated over to Indigenous Services Canada a couple years ago. And so there was some difficulties in that migration that remained to be smoothed over. So she'll have quite a lot on her plate that her time as health minister may prepare her for.
Some had wanted Carolyn Bennett gone, and they got their wish. How should she take what looks like a demotion to a new Department of Mental Health and Addictions?
Well, she was asked to respond to some of those critics and some of those people who wanted her gone today at the press conference, and she was gracious in reply. You know, she said she was proud of the work they've been able to accomplish. She has been in that role since the Liberals won in 2015, and there has been a lot of movement. But what you've seen recently is a breakdown of trust among a lot of First Nations leadership who were among those asking her to be removed from cabinet. She wasn't removed from cabinet. She's in a different position now, but there wasn't a lot of trust to begin with there. So rebuilding that is going to be part of Mark Miller's mission as the new department head there.
All right, Brett, we'll have to leave it there, but I'm sure you'll have plenty on all of this coming up this week on Nation to Nation. Thanks for spending some time with us here today.
Thanks, Dennis.